Hey guys, Alice here. So today I'm going to be doing a book review of Will Grayson by John Green. I want to start by saying that I love John Green. Like, the Vlog Brothers here on YouTube are hilarious, which he is obviously half of. He's really funny, he has good ideas, just generally I love John Green. So my friend let me borrow her copy of The Fault in Our Stars, and I loved it. Like, I've never cried at a book before, but I was crying on the bus and it was very embarrassing. I just really liked that book, so I thought I would try another one, and Will Grayson was the one with the plot line that stuck out to me the most. By the way, if you'd like to see basically the same review but in written form, my Goodreads will be linked below as it is in every video, so please check that out. Yeah, so I was excited to read this. The plot generally is that there's this guy called Will Grayson, believe it or not, and through a series of events he ends up meeting another person called Will Grayson in the exact same place, exact same time. And basically the story alternates in chapters between the two Will Graysons' view, and it took me a ridiculous amount of time to realise that that was what was happening. I just thought he was living two lives or something. I don't know. That was really stupid. So yeah, I'll just get into the review then, shall I? Basically, the writing in this book is really good. I wouldn't expect anything less from John Green and David Levithan, but I don't really know anything about him, to be honest. It's smart, it's funny, it's got an incredibly original plot. It's just generally a really good story, and I was interested the whole way through. It was really clever. It was definitely easy to follow. I didn't feel like I had to put too much thought and effort into it. Like, for example, if I was going to read something like Game of Thrones, I feel like I'd have to really focus my attention on it. But it was just a good, easy book to read, but at the same time it didn't insult your intelligence, and it didn't over-explain anything, and I definitely didn't feel like, you know, I was being talked down to, which is really important for me, because I feel like a lot of sort of young adult books, or maybe this was an adult book, I don't know, but I feel like they sort of talk down to you quite a lot, and this one definitely didn't do that, so I really appreciated that. The characters, they were really good. I rooted for every single one. There wasn't one that I thought was really obnoxious and I wish wasn't in the book. They all just sort of worked well together. One thing, in fact, no, I'll get to that when I get to the criticisms of this book. Generally, I love the way the characters work together. I felt like they were continuous throughout, but with character development, it was just really great. If you can't tell already, I love this book. Already, out of the books I've read this year, this is definitely well up there. If you've read The Fault in Our Stars like me and you aren't sure whether to read other John Green books, this is the only other one I've read, but I highly recommend going for it because it's really good. And it's different to The Fault in Our Stars, you know, which is arguably the most popular John Green book. So I'll definitely give it a go. And it doesn't take long to read at all. I mean, it's quite thick, but I mean, it took me less than 24 hours to read, which for me is very fast. So yeah, it's good is what I'm trying to say. But we're going to move on to criticisms. I've got a list of points I'm trying to make, which is why I look down here. The first thing was Will 2 and Tiny's relationship. Spoilers, by the way. I love the two characters separately. I'm talking about the romantic relationship, not the friend relationship with the other Will. I just didn't feel like the two characters meshed well together. I kind of felt like they were polar opposites, and they were just sort of flung together for the sake of a sort of romance in the story. I was interested in what happened between those, and I did feel like I got a little bit invested towards the end, but that might just be because I'm like a hardcore shipper with anything. Yeah, maybe that was the point. Maybe it was because they were so different and it was kind of an odd relationship. But that just wasn't something I was that invested in. Not really a criticism, that's just like a personal point. The other thing was with the second Will Grayson, let me try and find it. nothing was capitalized and there was little punctuation. I don't know if you can see it because I can't see the other side, but all the I's and stuff aren't capitalized at all. And I'm pretty sure that's a writing ploy so you can differentiate between the two wills. There might be another reason behind it, I don't know. But I just personally didn't like it. Maybe I'm being a bit of a snob, but I just, correct spelling, correct punctuation, correct grammar, everything. It just really bugs me if that doesn't happen. Even if the chapters was like Will Grayson 1, Will Grayson 2. But you know what? Like I said, it's not a big criticism. I mean, it took me long enough with the capitalization help to realize that there were two different people, but that was just one thing I wasn't too sure about. And the other thing was I felt the plot at times could have moved a little bit faster. I was entertained the whole way through, so it's really not a big deal. But I did feel at times that the plot was moving a little bit too slowly and there was a little bit too much conversation between the people. I just wished it moved just a little bit faster because I like really fast-paced books. But I mean, that's it really. And the ending of this book was fantastic when they're in the auditorium and then all the people turn up. It was amazing and I did not expect it at all, and I'm usually quite good at guessing the plots of books. Yeah, the ending was worth reading this book alone. So yeah, that's my review of Will Grayson, Will Grayson. This is the first book review. This is the first book review I've done talking to a camera, so I'm sorry if it's a bit all over the place. But I would definitely recommend this book, and it's another amazing triumph by John Green.